Good evening, Crabs fans around the world and around the block, listening on the World Wide Web and on the radio. Crabs Baseball is on the air. Benjamin Schaefer along with Aaron Donaldson, and we're thrilled to bring you all the action for Game 2 of a 3-game weekend series with the Solano Mudcats. The Crabs winning handily yesterday. I think the final score was 10-1.
10-1, that's right. And the Crabs did not have to wait long to get their first hit of the game. Timmy Reed walked as the second batter, and then Cameron Sewell sent one of his 2 home runs last night over the fence. The Crabs scored 3 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the sixth. The Mudcats were able to plate 1 in the fifth, but overall it was dominating Crabs baseball.
The ball was flying out of here yesterday. Sewell hit 2. Timmy Reed hit a home run. And one of the batters for the Mudcats hit a home run to dead center field.
We'll give a lot of credit to
the Crabs had, I think, 18 hits in the ball game yesterday.
Yeah, the Crabs pitching showed up. Miles Standish once again, 5 innings pitched with 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, 4 hits, and 1 earned run. And then Cody Collins came in and count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's right.
Consecutive strikeouts.
Yeah.
That's a lot of strikeouts.
Yep.
Right when you want them.
Every batter he saw.
Yeah, early, late innings there, right when we're turning over the middle of the game, trying to keep them quiet. And that's exactly what Cody Collins did. I've got the lineup here for these Mudcats. They're brought to you by Compass Community Credit Union and the North Coast Co-op. Batting first for the Mudcats will be center fielder Braden Regala. Second will be shortstop Mason Sire. Third will be third baseman Aiden Hall. Second baseman Maximiliano Garcia bats fifth for the Mudcats. Alex Mousehart's the designated hitter batting, he's fifth. Michael Weber bats sixth. He plays first base. Wyatt Davis, the left fielder, is seventh. Cooper Jones, the catcher, bats eighth. And Joseph Torres out in right field will be batting ninth for the Mudcats. When they get up to pitch, it will be Austin Watson on the mound throwing towards the Crabs.
All right, for our Crabs, it'll be Jacob Pappas leading off in left field. Timmy Reed in center field batting second. Cam Sewell will be at third base and bat third. Adam Enyart will be the DH and bat cleanup. Houston Hirschkorn at second base bats fifth. Tyler Howard in right field bats sixth. Tate Metcalf at first base bats seventh. Gavanosaurus will catch and bat eighth. And Michael Perazo out of shortstop bats ninth for the Crabs. On the mound, Jonah Fragus will start the game for the Crabs. He comes in with a record of 1-0, 14 2/3 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts, 8 walks. And the first pitch of the ball game to Regala is a ball low and outside.
6:34 first pitch of this ball game. The Pacific Empire League basically has a 3-way tie for second place. The Crabs, the Potters, and the Rogues, all with 22 wins. Crabs are probably at the top of that heap, but
one was popped in the air,
these
foul
games
territory, left field, giving chase is Perazo, and nobody's going to get it.
Almost got under that. These games do count towards those rankings. The Mudcats have a 7-9 record, and the Crabs were able to handle them pretty well last night. But you never know with the Pacific Empire League games. Anything can happen, and the Crabs got to take care of business today.
Defensively, it's Fragus on the mound. Soros is catching. Metcalf at first. Hirschkorn at second. Sewell at third. Perazo at short. Pappas in left. Reed in center and Howard in right. 1-1 now to count to Regala. A beautiful day in Arcata. Sunny, warm all day. 1-1. Base hit up the middle.
Mudcats getting started early here. Braden Regala just kind of slapping one right up the center there.
Wind's blowing gently out towards center, or actually fairly briskly out towards center. But a nice warm day.
This is July.
A gorgeous night at the ballpark.
We've been waiting for
beautiful
July.
Half moon rising over the ballpark.
Oh, yeah. There it is. The first week of July has been overcast and cool, and finally feels like summer.
Feels like summer today. 73 in Arcata. Here's Sale. And he hits a ground ball out to second base. Could be 2. Over to second for 1. Back to first. It's a 4-6-3 double play.
Routine as they come with the double play ball. Good defense there by the Crabs has been the story. Pitching's been pretty good from Jonah Fragus. I have his numbers here. I was looking at him before the game started. He's pitched in 4 games, 14.2 innings. He's given up 10 hits, 4 runs. All of those are earned. He has 13 strikeouts and 8 walks, which is pretty good. ERA of 2.45 for Fragus.
So with 2 out, here's Hall. He takes a breaking pitch low and inside. Looked like a slider. 1-0. Foul tipped. Mudcats in their light blue tops, gray pants, kind of look like the Cardinals. And the Crabs are in their bright red tops with white pants.
Got the blue cap on with the H on the front. I dig it.
And there's a fastball misses away. 2-1 now to Hall.
You can't beat the classic C cap. I think that one's my favorite Crabs hat, but I do like, this is the road cap, right?
I believe it. They generally wear on the road. Yeah, the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball through the hole on the left side, knocked down by Peraza in the hole, but no play. Infield hit for Hall.
Cameron Sewell made a dive for that and just could not get there. Peraza was able to stop it from going into the outfield, but no play at first. Second hit of this inning.
Interesting Crabs defensive arrangement today. Usually Hirschkorn is at first, and Sewell is at second. But Sewell's at third tonight, and Hirschkorn's at second with Medikoff at first. So with 2 outs and a runner on, here's Garcia. Yeah, he fouls a good fastball out of play.
Crabs fans got a great baseball game last night. The Crabs have had some big wins, though not many of them have been with the kind of offense that you all saw. It was big hits, consistent hitting, exciting hitting, good pitching. Just a great game to watch.
Go one. Fastball for a strike on the outside corner. Do we know who the umpires are?
No, I was curious about that. Do we have an umpire list somewhere?
0-2 to count to Garcia. The runner's going. The pitch is fouled away, and he had a huge jump. But unfortunately for Hall, he will have to return to first. The 0-2, grounded up the middle, knocked down by Peraza. Throw to first is in time. What a play by Michael Peraza going up the middle, and a one-hop throw to first to get Garcia and end the inning. No runs, there were 2 hits, there were no errors, and a runner left, and at the end of half an inning, Mudcats nothing, Crabs coming up. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the ballpark. Thanks to Baywood Golf and Country Club and also the Big Blue Cafe. Visit the Crabs' favorite Big Blue Cafe on the Plaza in Arcata, serving breakfast and lunch all day. Welcome home to the Big Blue. Also Crestmark Millwork, local manufacturer of custom cabinetry and millwork for commercial projects throughout California and Oregon, creating signature elements of extraordinary spaces since 1997. Crestmark is committed to promoting a healthy and productive society by investing in the relationships with their employees, local communities, suppliers, and customers.
Umpires for today's ball game at home plate is Andrew Bergstrom. First base is Trent Johnson. Third base, Brandon Coburn.
All right.
Fresno State University, number 35, left fielder, Jacob Pappas.
Jacob Pappas to lead it off for the Crabs, then Reed and Sewell. Against Austin Watson on the mound, right-hander on the mound for the Mudcats.
One of the few times this year it's not Keenan Morris up there leading off for the Crabs. He's been automatic. Just one hit and a steal last night. That's all.
Here's the pitch, and there's a little roller out to second base. And 1 pitch, 1 out here in the first inning.
Batgirl Violet Hernandez.
Here's Timmy Reed. Opposite field home run in yesterday's game.
Batting next to the Crabs. From University of San Francisco, number 3, center fielder, Timmy Reed.
Reed's got an average of 212 right now. He's had 52 at bats, 15 runs, 11 hits.
Takes a fastball high.
9 RBIs. Strikeouts have been a problem. He's got 25 of those with 9 walks. Leads the team in strikeouts, but he played really well last night.
The 1-0. Fastball misses inside. Two balls, no strikes. Watson sets and deals high. Defensively, it's Austin Watson on the mound. Cooper Jones is the catcher. Michael Weber at first. Maximiliano Garcia at second. Aiden Hall at third. Mason Sayer at shortstop. Wyatt Davis in left. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed. 3-1. He was swinging 3-0. Braden Regalia in center and Joseph Torres in right field.
Swinging at 87 out over the plate. Kind of dead center over the plate, little outside.
3-1 is right down the middle for a called strike.
Went from looking at ball 4 to full count. Tough spot.
Three-two. Whoa, this is way inside, and Reed draws the walk.
Had to do a little shimmy to get out of the way of that one, but he avoids the hit by pitch. Krabby on first.
Here's Cam Sewell.
University number 11, third baseman Cameron Sewell.
Gosh, Cam Sewell's been really, really exciting. He currently, I think, leads the Crabs in batting average with a .425. 73 at bats, 31 hits, 7 home runs, 28 RBIs, 18 walks, 15 strikeouts. Hit by pitch 6 times.
And he takes a fastball inside.
He's also got 12 stolen bases, which is second on the team.
He is definitely challenging the home run record.
Yeah, the home run record we learned this year is 10. He has 7. We just passed the halfway point. The way he played last night, he could set the home run record tonight. I wouldn't be surprised.
The 1-0. He's popped in the air. Shallow center field. The second baseman going out. Center fielder Regala coming in and making the catch.
Making that
Two
catch
away.
just before the infield base path there, coming way in to make it. Clear communication, looks like.
So here's Adam Enyard. He's the DH in tonight's game. Enyard comes in batting .345. Yeah, it's fastball outside. That's third on the club.
Started off red hot. I feel like he had like 5 home runs like a quarter of the way through the season or something. Then he kind of cooled off a little bit.
The 1-0. That's popped in the air. Foul territory, and it's going to drift into the stands where it bounces off the concrete.
Landed right next to a guy with a glove.
There's a guy, he's right there. He's
got
standing
a
right
glove.
there with a glove.
He has a glove.
You know, you were like, oh, they just bring the glove to the ballpark.
I'm like,
It'll be
nobody
great.
brings a glove. The one man I can see with a glove did not raise the glove. It's inexplicable.
Worst fielding fans in all of baseball.
You and I disagree on many things, Benjamin, but this is not one of them. Got to at least put the glove up there. Look through the window. There's a little window.
Runners going. The pitch is outside.
There we go.
Throw down to second's not in time, and Reed has it stolen.
Timmy Reed coming up with a steal there. That's great. The rallies have been happening with 2 outs. It happened last night too. The Crabs had 2 outs, and that's when all the fun started. So
That's his 7th stolen base, and he has not been caught. So Reed in scoring position now for Enyart with the count 2-1. Now he's over there smacking the mitt like he's going to catch it next time. Slider misses outside.
Guys, stay frosty. Head on a swivel.
3-1.
Swivel. I would say the sun caught it, but the sun's behind him. It's good times here at the Arcata Ballpark.
3-1. Miss low. Enyart draws the walk. Runners on first and second now with 2 outs for Houston Hirschkorn. Hirschkorn had a couple of doubles in yesterday's game.
Yeah, Liam and I were talking about how Hirschkorn is kind of quietly one of the steadier producers on the team. A lot of doubles. He seems to be smacking them against the wall pretty frequently.
Yeah.
He's got, let's see here, what does this say?
He's at 256 coming in.
10 hits? This says only 2 doubles. I feel like it's more than that.
Those were both yesterday.
Yeah,
Here's
right.
the pitch. And he takes a fastball on the inside corner for a strike. Close pitch. The TrackMan says it was a ball, but it was very close.
No, don't do it.
The 0-1 is hit in the air, shallow right
That's gonna get
field.
down.
That's going to be trouble, and it bounces in front of the diving right fielder. 1 run is in. Here comes Reed.
Toasted.
And here comes Enyart, and they threw him out at second. And so Hirschkorn with the RBI single, Reed in to score. Enyart's run does not count, and that ends the inning. So for the Crabs, they do get a run on a hit. There were no errors and 1 left, and at the end of 1, they lead it 1-0. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back. Thanks to Cypress Grove Cheese, the leading producer of delicious artisan goat cheese, including Humboldt Fog, one of the most famous cheeses in the country. Proudly based in Arcata, Cypress Grove's cheeses are available at cheese shops and grocery stores nationwide and online at cypressgrovecheese.com. There's nothing like that Humboldt Fog feeling.
Tough break for the Crabs there at the end of the inning. Hirschkorn was able to drop a kind of lobber out there into the middle, and Timmy Reed was able to come around. Enyart would have scored if Hirschkorn would have stayed at first. He pressed for second base and got called out there.
And here's a big swing and a miss to Mouseheart. 0-1. I guess he was figuring with 2 outs, he might as well go for it. The 0-1. Swung on and missed again. 0-2.
Normally, I wouldn't really begrudge that decision. It's just that runner coming around. Enyart was definitely going to score. It's a bummer.
0-2. Swung on and missed, and that was a foul tip. Did the ball get away or not? Nope. And so it's a strikeout. They do have to throw to first to complete the play. One away. Here's Michael Weber. Weber, the first baseman.
Great crowd here at the ballpark. It was lined up down F Street when I showed up.
There's a slider taken for a strike. 0-1. No band tonight even.
No.
Yet still, usually the band draws a large number of people, but
Fourth
even
of
without
July
the
weekend,
band.
I feel like.
Yeah, it's true. The 0-1 grounded slowly out to short. Perazo on the run. Throws him out, 2 away. Steady as a rock out there, Michael Perazo.
Yeah, it was a slow bouncer. Took 3 or 4 bounces by the time it got to him. He had to make a pretty good charge on it, but was able to glove it, throw it to first.
So here's Davis.
University of San Francisco, number 29, left fielder Wyatt Davis.
Thank you.
Becky in Green Valley, Arizona. Michelle right here in Arcata saying, go Crabs.
And Davis takes a pitch outside.
Along with 85 or so others on YouTube. Welcome, friends.
No one except for Hall on this team played last night.
That's what I was looking at. Totally different lineup for the Mudcats, except for Aiden Hall.
The 1-0 misses low.
If I'm not mistaken. I don't know where he played last night.
2 outs, nobody on. He was at third base last night.
Yeah, that's where he's at today.
There's a grounder out to short. Perazo scoops it up, throws on the run, and that ends the inning. Mudcats go 1, 2, 3 in the second. Crabs lead 1-0. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Thanks to Charleston Tree Services, here to help you with your growing concerns. Locally owned and operated family business has served homeowners and commercial property owners throughout Humboldt County since 2007.
Number 17, right fielder Tyler Howard.
Tyler Howard leads off the bottom of the second for the Crabs. It'll be Howard, Medikoff, and Soares with the score 1-0. Austin Watson out on the mound for the Mudcats, and the first pitch from Watson is a breaking pitch right over the heart of the plate for a called strike.
Tyler Howard is batting at .324 this year. In 10 games, he's had 34 at-bats with 11 hits. 1 home run, 9 RBIs.
Taps that one out to short. For the first, 1 away.
Pretty tidy ball game so far.
So far. And that brings Tate Medikoff to the bat.
Crab fans, you can catch the last of this 3-game series tomorrow. The Mudcats and Crabs will be getting ready to go here at 12:30. The band will be here. Monday the 7th, the Crabs are not playing. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they're on the road against Medford. You can catch those games on 107.3 and YouTube.
Medikoff hits the ground, line drive up the middle for a base hit.
First pitch, hacking 87 right over the middle of the
Right
plate.
past shortstop.
Medikoff just bounds one up the middle.
So Kavana Soares comes to the bat. Soares comes in at 288.
Next to the Crabs from University of Hawaii at Hilo. Number 10, catcher.
14 RBIs.
Rogues playing some good baseball so far this year. They're 22-7. The Potters are 22-5. The Crabs are 22-4. Those will be some exciting games next week when you and Liam head on up there to
we're looking
Medford.
forward to some good ball games. They always play us. They always give us good competition when we're there. Here as well. First pitch misses outside, 1-0 to Soros.
Air-conditioned booth, you were saying. Not necessary here in Arcata.
Not necessary here, but it is necessary there. Yeah.
It's free here.
It's mighty warm up there.
Yeah.
The 1-0. There's a fastball taken for a strike on the outside corner. Was a little bit outside, but just barely. Good job framing it by Cooper Jones. One and one. Breaking pitch inside, the runner goes, and throw down to second is not going to be in time.
Boy, Tate Medikoff was absolutely beaten on the throw. The second baseman just wasn't able to corral it. It kind of bounced away from him, so he's safe at second.
Meanwhile, it's 2-1 now to Soros. And the pitch. Ooh, just misses outside.
Able to hold up on
Good
that.
take.
Started letting it go, and then
Yeah, he definitely was inclined. 3-1. Medikoff out at second, 1 out. And the pitch. In the area of right field near the line. That's trouble. That's going to drop as a right fielder lost his footing a little bit. They're going to hold Medikoff at third.
yeah, Joseph Torres kind of stumbled out there when he was making the run up on that ball. It was pretty high. I thought he was going to have plenty of time to make the play, but just that extra little step maybe is what cost him. Crabs on the corners
Ball was
now.
not hit hard, just lofted over first base and down the line. So
One
here's
out.
Perazo.
Great opportunity.
Perazo batting .277. Left-handed hitter. Medikoff at third, Soares at first, and Perazo takes a fastball low. The 1-0, fastball inside, 86 miles an hour.
Buttoned
2-0.
his shirt with that one.
Break down the middle with a fastball.
Good pitch. Just piped him.
2-1. 2-1, slider misses inside. I like the way Watson wears his socks with his pants up to his knee there, so you can see the stirrups and
Yeah.
the sock. That's cool.
Feels kind of old school.
It is, yeah. 3-1, and he misses high, and that's going to load the bases.
Veritable cast of crabs, we say, on the bases as Perazo takes the walk.
Back to the top of the order. Jacob Pappas will bat. Grounded to second in his first at bat. Pappas came into the game second on the team in batting average at .347. He's played fewer games than Morris, Sewell, and Enyart, but still, in 12 games, he has 2 doubles and 17 hits. And he fouls that one up against the screen.
Did not play last night, so this is his first crack at the Mudcats.
Infield is drawn in at the corners. Pulled back up the middle. Oh, and 1 to Pappas. Reed on deck. Watson sets and comes home. Fastball high and outside.
Crabs have been really scrappy at the plate. They've had some really, really gritty at bats. They've been able to hang in there and wait for opportunities. A lot of times it's been like a wild pitch or something just because they've been hanging in at the plate.
The 1-1 is high, 2-1, and the deeper the count gets, the more trouble Watson gets into because there's nowhere to put Pappas.
Boy, that last one was a pretty good pitch. Not much off the plate, but just high.
Just missed high. 2-1. Low. Oh, strike on the inside corner at the knees, right on the corner. 2-2.
If I didn't have the TrackMan, I would have blown up.
That's pretty close. It looked lower than the TrackMan has.
Sure did.
Sure.
It's much closer than it looked. 2-2. And that pitch sails way outside, so now a big pitch with the count full. 1 out, bases loaded. And now the first baseman, Weber, coming in to have a word with Watson and Jones.
Crabs are able to get 2 on with walks last inning, and then the hit from Houston Hirschkorn put the first run across. Looking to make him pay for it again here in the second.
Well, Pappas can look for a good pitch here because pretty much got a pitch to him where you're giving up a run.
That's the first time I've seen that. I don't think any of the security people are really prepared for something like that. They've never done it.
Watson sets the pitch. Fouled up against the screen. And he got a good pitch right down the middle. Center cut fastball. Just missed it. So we'll do it again, 3-2.
A little bit under it, maybe a little late. Big opportunity for Humboldt here.
3-2 pitch. Oh, breaking pitch called. Strike 3. Nasty pitch on the inside corner. That was wicked. And that just froze.
I mean, the TrackMan has it as a ball, but it's close enough that I suppose you could call it. Just a tough break for Jacob Pappas.
That was
there.
right on the edge. So it'll be up to Timmy Reed, who walked his first appearance.
Last night he hit a home run. If he does it here, the crowd's going to go nuts.
Medikoff at third, Soros at second, Perazo at first, and a fastball inside. He's gotten a couple of those the first at bat.
He's not pleased. It was 87 miles an hour up around the armpits.
The 1-0 is high again.
That's a good take from Timmy Reed right there. He swung at ball 4 his first time up in this game. Gotta be disciplined.
2 balls, no strikes. High and inside again, and the count goes 3-0.
All right, stay home, Timmy. Taking all the way, right?
I would think.
Well, although you just really want to open up on something, don't you? This is the time to look for a strike and mash it.
3-0.
That's
And
it.
he walks
That's
in.
it.
Now plates another run. Second walk of the evening for Reed. Medikoff in to score. Soros to third. Perazo to second.
But it's a league game, so it's like
Great walk there from Timmy Reed.
Here's Cameron Sewell.
There were some marginal pitches. You got to believe he's amped up wanting to get a grand slam for the Crabs here, but did his job, got on base, walked in a run. 2-0, go Crabs go. 0-2, go Crabs go.
And there's a fastball high and inside to Sewell. Sewell flied to center his first at bat. Base is still loaded.
Here's a guy that can really punish you for loading the bases.
if I were the Mudcats, I would give him the berry.
Yeah, you pitch to Sewell right now, or do you walk him and take the run? What do you think?
You got to pitch to him.
He hit 2 home runs
Doesn't
and
matter.
had
You
a
still
hit
got to
last
pitch to
night.
him. You've got 2 outs.
That's true.
Ground ball in the hole on the right side and through for a base hit. Soares scores. Perazo scores. To second is Reed. And it's 4-0 Crabs. RBI single for Sewell.
Just a bounding shot through the gap at second base. Maximiliano Garcia was there and he made a lunge for it, but came up empty and tumbled onto the grass, bounced out into the outfield there. 2 more Crabs coming around. 4-0. 0-4. Go Crabs, go.
And here's Enyart, walked his first appearance. Did not hit the ball that hard, just enough to get it past the diving Garcia.
It was close.
Pitch in the dirt.
I feel like they were playing in, so he didn't really have a whole lot of opportunity to make a move on it. And the way that he lunged, he just, even if he gloved it, I don't think he would have made much of a play on it. Might have saved 1 run.
1-0 to Enyart. Runners are going. The no throw as the ball was dropped by the catcher.
So that's Sewell to second, Timmy Reed the third on the double steal. Crabs staying aggressive here in the second. The Empire game score differential can count for the rankings, so you just got to believe they're going to lay it on them if they can.
2-0 to Enyart is fouled up against the screen.
Yeah, that one looked like it was coming into the media booth.
Just missed it.
Jay Santos on YouTube is hoping that the Crabs don't play his Modesto Nuts. I don't think that's happening this year. It hasn't happened for a while. When was the last time you saw
Not
the
a long
Nuts
time.
play the Crabs?
Not in a while. The 2-1 breaking pitch misses low and outside.
Liam says Modesto Nuts are an affiliated team, and that would explain the difference.
They have played here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure they've come to the ballpark, but.
Single A for the Mariners.
Okay.
Modesto Nuts, although they're not going to be a Modesto anymore. I think they're moving.
3-1 in the dirt. Enyart walks. So Watson having a lot of trouble finding home plate. That loads the bases again for Hirschkorn.
That's the 5th walk here, and we're in the bottom of the 2nd inning for Austin Watson. He's going to have a couple of his teammates and his coach come out and chat him up a little bit on this one. He's got 2 out. Bases loaded.
Got to throw strikes, let that defense do its job.
All right, everyone, we got a shout out. Everyone, please repeat. Happy 25th birthday, Pat Cooney.
Home plate umpires just letting them take their time
Really, how
out
long are you
there.
going to let him outstand out there?
He had to brush the plate, I suppose.
We got a shout out to Tabo.
There's not a whole lot to talk about. He's got to throw some strikes here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fairly straightforward conversation, I would think.
Now batting for the Crabs, 22, second baseman, Houston Hirschkorn.
That is one loquacious manager. So here's Hirschkorn with the bases loaded. And that misses outside. Nowhere to put him.
If he gets on, Crabs will have gone through the lineup in the second.
That's right. Hirschkorn singled his first at bat.
That was 1 inning ago.
The 1-0. That's a strike on the outside corner. Good pitch. 1-1. One is grounded up the middle. Reed will score. Sewell will score. Enyart will stop at second. 6-0 Crabs. Second hit of the afternoon for Hirschhorn.
Houston Hirschhorn with his second hit of the game, and he has drawn blood both times. Just taking advantage of the opportunities that Austin Watts has given him out there with runners on. 6-0 in the second. Go Crabs, go.
Batting next, number 17, right fielder Tyler Howard.
Here's Tyler Howard.
I don't know how to keep a book when they go all the way through the lineup. Where do I
You just go in the next inning. You just have to erase an inning.
I'm going to run out of innings if I do that.
I create innings over here on my far side. I have to build innings.
I get it, okay.
Next pitch misses outside, 1-0.
This makes me grumpy, but I'm going to do it.
Well, luckily it's for the Crabs.
That's right. Anything for
It's
these
not so
Humboldt
good when it's
Crabs.
for the other team.
That's right.
1-0 fouled up against the screen. 1-1 now to Howard. Howard started off the inning by grounding out to short. Crabs up by 6 here in the second inning. There's a fastball he pours right over the heart of the plate for a called strike. The 1-2. Popped in the air to shallow
Maybe.
right field. That is going to be caught by Torres on the run for out number 3. But the Crabs get 5 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and 3 left. And at the end of 2, they lead 6-0. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM.
There's no line in the beer.
Hey, Crabs fans. Compass Community Credit Union is happy to point you toward a better banking experience. Visit their conveniently located branches in Arcata and Eureka or online at compassccu.org. That's compassccu.org. Also, thanks to the North Coast Co-op and the North Coast Mercantile, family owned and operated, serving Humboldt County since 1951. North Coast Mercantile brings you a fantastic assortment of domestic import and craft beers, as well as wine, spirits, non-alcoholic beverages, and snacks. Check out the Titus Trailer in the right field beer garden at the Arcata Ballpark, where they have 8 taps featuring local microbrews, wine, and cider.
They were just saying there's no line at the beer garden. Seems like a pretty good opportunity.
I find that hard to believe. Cooper Jones leads off for the Mudcats in the top of the 3rd inning. It's 6-0 already in favor of the Crabs.
Just a big second inning for Humboldt.
And there's a strike at the knees from Fragus, 0-1.
Cooper with a K. Other Pacific Empire news, the West Coast Kings are at Healdsburg and they're leading 2-1. Probably won't last.
0-1, this is inside.
They were up for 6 innings a couple weeks ago when we were watching, and they end up losing by a lot. Yeah. Prune Packers are good. You're going to need more than 2 points to beat them.
1-1, swung on and missed, 1-2. See, now you're self-correcting at least.
Doesn't make it any better. And only when I catch myself, and that's not all the time.
The 1-2 is in the dirt.
telling folks I need a baseball hat that says runs, not points on it.
It's easier for me because I never watched any other sports.
Yeah.
They're all runs.
It's just runs. That's all there are. Okay.
2-2 to count. Swung on and missed.
Big hack.
One away.
78.
Second strikeout for Fragus.
Just below the zone. I think he was looking for heat. Didn't catch it.
Here's Joseph Torres, the right fielder. Where's number 0?
Again, this was the question. Is it a number,
Oh, a
though?
0 number, yeah.
It's not a number. I'm pretty sure 0 is not a number. It's the absence of numbers.
I don't know. I mean, it's on a number line, right? I mean, I'm not sure there's a fact of the matter about this. Fastball misses is a strike on the inside corner. It's 0-1.
Is this a paradox? Any mathematicians out there? Find us on Krabs YouTube. Let us know.
The 0-1 swung on and missed.
Is 0 a number?
I'm only going to go with the philosophical.
I think it's a number. I don't know why it wouldn't be.
Well, it's kind of like you were
0-2.
saying eternity is more than a long time or whatever. 0 is not a number.
In the air to right field. Howard is there, 2 away.
Long fly ball there for Joseph Torres, and Howard had no problem making that.
Top of the order, here's Regala. Singled in his first at bat. Fastball is low.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Inside.
That was a pretty
That was
good
a strike according to the TrackMan, but
If you're going to call him out,
it was close.
I mean, he punched out a crab with a pitch further out than that.
1-0 is high and outside. He's mostly doing a very good job. Whoever this is. Who is this umpire behind home plate?
I've got it for you right here.
Andrew Bergstrom. He's mostly, at least he doesn't have a ridiculously wide. The 2-0
Here
is
in the Krabs
outside.
media booth, we're going to call this glowing praise from the professor. He is currently raving about the home plate
I
umpire.
mean, he's competent. 3-0. And there's a strike on the outside corner, and Regala thought he had a walk, and so did the TrackMan, but the umpire called it a strike. But these are close pitches. I mean,
They're close. They're
he's
marginal
not, like I said, he's
pitches
not
for sure.
wildly off, and
No.
he doesn't have this, like I said, absurdly wide strike zone. The 3-1 is ground ball up the middle, and kicks off Hirschkorn's glove into center field. That'll be an error on Hirschkorn.
Yeah, that seemed I mean, you know, there's not a lot of easy things to do on a baseball diamond. He was reaching across his body, running over for that ball, but he got
Didn't
there
have far to
plenty
go.
of time.
He didn't have far to go. It was a couple of steps to
Yeah,
his
just
right. He just
looks
had
like
to
it
backhand it.
hit his heel of his palm or
You know,
something.
the thing about this infield is balls skip around a lot here. It's not a rocky infield, but it has that lip
Yeah,
on the edge before it hits the dirt.
we've seen it do some
And
damage
stuff
on
just,
both
a
sides.
ball hits that lip, and there's no telling where it's going to go.
The leading edge will do it, and the trailing
That's
edge
right.
will do it.
Runner's going. The pitch is in the dirt to throw down to second. Is not in time, and it goes into center field. Now he's going to go to third. So that'll be a stolen base and an error on Soares.
Mason Sayer taking off right away there. Kawanosaurus was trying to get him out, but just put it way off to the right of the bag from where we're sitting and bounced it out into center field.
So the Mudcats trying to take advantage to the extent that they can of Crab's mistakes.
Yeah, they're going to need to plate some runs early and often if it goes anything like it did last night.
So now they've got a runner at third. I don't know what was the count. Was a pitch was a ball. So here's the next
Yeah,
pitch,
that was-
and that's high and inside now to Sale. Sale grounded into a double play his first at bat. The 2-0. This is outside.
I'm a runner off in my book here. That's Regala who got the double steal there, the steal and the error.
3-0 is right down the middle. Ooh, check swing, and They appealed to first. He did not go around. That's ball 4.
Mudcats on the corners with 2 out here.
So here's Hall, and out comes Giacomini to have a word.
Standish had a great night last night, pitching 5 innings. But
Eric Giacomini, excuse me.
He had a lot of activity on the bases. Like, the Crabs were able to get out of last game with only 1 run across, but they were working through quite a bit of traffic.
It's true, yeah.
If they can do the same thing here.
They're up 6-0. There's 2 outs. No reason to panic. Eric Giacomini goes back to the dugout. Now see, he came out, he said what he had to say, turned and went back. You know, there was no like discourse on baseball going on out there.
It wasn't a treatise on how to throw a strike.
The other guy can learn from that.
Brevity.
When in times of great distress, pitcher must,
throw strikes.
Here's Hall. Grounded to the hole through the left side for a base hit and an RBI.
Boy, he was ready for that one. 86 miles an hour, dropping down just below the center of the plate and bounced right through the gap between third and short there.
So Sale goes to second. Regala scores. 6-1 Crabs. And here's Garcia. He grounded to short his first at bat. Hall now has 2 hits on the evening.
Leading Hall, the only Mudcat that played last night. Wonder how he did. Walked in a double, it looks like.
Yeah. There's a ground ball to short. Perazo's got it. And he drops it. He throws to first in time, and that'll end the inning.
Boy, it was the second option, but he got it done.
So that ends the inning for the Mudcats. They get a run on 1 hit. There were 2 errors, and there was 2 left. And at the end of 2.5, it's the Crabs 6 and the Mudcats 1. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM.
It's not real, but it's right there on my paper.
Jack informing us that 0 is a construct, not a number.
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
Or maybe it is a number and also a construct. Look,
I mean, the question is, what is the relevant quality that 0 has that distinguishes it from other things that we call numbers? And I can't think of one particularly.
It doesn't count anything. Numbers count stuff.
Well, if you think about sets, it's just an empty set. Right? So
sure.
If a number represents
is an empty set a set?
If a number represents a set,
I feel like I saw a YouTube video about this. It's a famous paradox. Is 0-0 a set? I don't know. Let's talk about baseball instead.
Here's Tate Medikoff to lead it off. Singled his first at bat. It's 6-1, so we don't have to worry about it in favor of the Crabs.
Yeah.
As that ball is hit high in the air to center field. And caught by Regala out there, 1 away.
Looked like he hit that one to the moon, Benjamin.
Yeah, it looked like he did, yeah.
Right over center field.
Just traversed the moon. It kind of went right past.
All the way up there.
So 1 away. Here's Cavanasaurus.
So we're in the third inning, and I'm confused because we batted around, but that's okay. I get it. Okay.
Oh, and Soares takes a big cut at a breaking pitch at the eyes. 0-1.
Boy.
That misses inside.
That looked like a pretty good pitch, and then it just died.
Low.
Just died.
Yeah.
Halfway to the plate.
It was a good pitch. It was a ball, but it's still a good pitch.
Yeah. It wasn't too far off the strike zone there, and it just dropped.
The 1-1. Tap foul. I think this is a new pitcher, isn't it?
Is it? Who do we have
This is
out
a
there?
left-hander. This is
It was 20
27.
before. Yeah, good catch.
So this is Thompson. I don't know what his first name is. And the next pitch is low, 2-2. His last name's Thompson. I know that, but I don't have their roster card. The 2-2 is lined right at the second baseman, who is positioned perfectly behind second base. 2 away.
Batting at center 13, shortstop Michael Peraza.
So here's Michael Peraza. He walked his first appearance. Yeah, that's a nasty breaking pitch from Thompson that just dropped off the table again. Swung on and missed. This is the kind of pitcher that gives the Crabs hitters trouble.
Low 60s.
And just pitches that just fall off the table like that. The 0-1 fastball at 81, so that's a pretty good fastball given his breaking stuff.
That's a big gap.
But that was just high.
64 to 81.
The 1-1 is a strike at the knees, another fastball. So 1-2 now to Peraza. 2 outs, nobody on in the bottom of the third inning with the Crabs up 6-1.
Crabs plated 5 in the second, 1 in the first.
There's that change. Misses high and outside. Thompson sets and comes home 1-2, and that's in the air to right field and caught by Torres, and that ends the inning. Crabs go in order in the third. They lead 6-1. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM.
Score remains
Welcome back. Crabs leading 6-1. Top of the fourth inning, Mousehart, Weber, and Davis to bat. Thanks to U.S. Bank, strengthening our local communities. Their commitments come to life through their people, programs, and policies. Together, we can make a difference in the communities we serve.
the top of the fourth inning. Back to the Solano Mudcats, number 10 designated hitter Alex Mousehart.
Mousehart struck out in his first at bat. Mousehart, left-handed hitter. Fragus rocks and deals. Fastball outside. is high.
Shade starting to creep up towards home plate here as the sun starts to set. Some long shadows out over the field. Lights are on.
Clouds beginning to roll in.
Yeah, a couple clouds rolling in.
2-0. Fouled out of play.
It's going to get real nice when that sun sets and you can see that moon.
It's getting chilly.
You said you were going to get your scope out tonight, look at the moon?
Well, it's getting cloudy now.
Yeah, it might cloud over on us.
If not, for sure. The 2-1. Right down the middle for a called strike.
First time I found it with my scope, I was shocked to see it like literally moving across
Yeah.
the viewfinder.
Yeah,
Like you
moves
can
pretty
zoom in
fast.
so close, you can literally see the rotation of the earth.
The 2-2 is called. Strike 3 at the knees. Happy trails. 2-1 away.
Sends Mousehard packing.
And so here's Weber. He grounded to short his first at bat.
You said it's not quite a gibbous moon.
It's getting there now. I don't know if that's called a gibbous moon yet or not.
What's the criteria?
I don't really know. Usually it's, I think it's,
That would make it hard to tell. I don't know anything
some
about
percentage of it being illuminated, but
I just love saying gibbous.
yeah.
Makes you sound knowledgeable.
It's a waning gibbous.
There you go.
And there's fastball misses outside.
That's my favorite kind of gibbous.
The 1-0. Grounded out to short. Perazo has it. 2 away.
Well,
Michael
60
Perazo getting a lot of work out there.
He has been. Yeah, making it look pretty simple. That was 64 off the bat, but it had a pretty loud sting to it. Just kind of a slow bounder out there.
So with 2 out, here's Davis. He grounded to short in his first at bat.
Left fielder Wyatt Davis.
Fregus rocks, and here comes the pitch. Fastball for a strike on the outside corner. A little bit of a wide strike there.
This is a generational observation, but when you said Fragus Rock, I thought of Fraggle Rock.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
The 0-1.
That's a throwback right there.
This is low, 1-1. 1-1, a big swing and a miss.
Got him out in front of that one.
Down in the dirt, almost. 1-2. Fregus is 1-2. Swung on and missed, blew it right by him.
Tidy.
That ends the inning as the Mudcats go 1-2-3. The Crabs lead 6-1. This is Crabs Baseball 107.3 FM. Welcome back. Bottom of the 4th inning. Top of the order for the Crabs. Pappas, Reed, and Sewell. The Crabs up 6-1. 6 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Crabs. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for the Mudcats.
Jessica Collins on YouTube saying, thanks Benjamin and Liam for doing live streams. Really appreciate being able to watch when you can't make the games. I want to second that. Like, I love having the YouTube channel available, being able to watch and listen to these games when you can't make it down to the ballpark. Pretty magic for this
Well, we love
caliber of
doing it.
baseball.
It's pretty fun.
You've been doing it for a long time, Benjamin. It's pretty
This is
special.
my 25th year.
Pretty cool. Quarter century of radio with Benjamin.
Radio mediocrity. Putting the semi and semi-pro baseball broadcast.
Mudcats number 19, Bobby Bangs.
Putting the crabby in crab. Yeah.
So here's Pappas. He's
That
0 for
happens
2.
sometimes. Not today, though. The sun's out and the crabs are winning. So Benjamin's happy. Just a lazy breeze floating the flag over
getting
towards
chilly,
the
though.
freeway. It's starting to cool down, yeah. And the moon is getting brighter and brighter.
I didn't
love
bring
it.
my jacket because I thought, oh, it's not going to get that cold.
Yeah, my hoodie is in the van.
No, I'm cold. We have to crank that heater. Here's the pitch now to Pappas, and he takes high. This is still Carson. This is not Carson Thompson. This is yet another pitcher.
Bobby Bangs.
Bobby Bangs.
15, Bobby Bangs.
Bobby Bangs.
Which top tier name, by the way.
That's a pretty good
The
name.
next pitch sails high and inside and almost just missed hitting Pappas. So third pitcher of the night already for the Mudcats. There's a strike at the knees, 2-1. I'm surprised that I'm surprised they took out Thompson because he pitched well last
He
inning.
was doing pretty good. He had some pretty nasty off-speed stuff. That was kind of tying up these Crabs hitters.
And that pitch misses outside. So 3-1 now the count. So Bobby Bangs on in relief here in the bottom of the fourth. And the 3-1. Little liner out to second base on a hop. He's got it. Throw to first. Wasn't pretty, but they make the out. One away. Here's Reed.
Kind of a lazy hopper there towards the second baseman, but he's able to scoop it and throw.
Throw is off balance, and he was wide of first, and the first base made an off balance catch, but
Got the job
they
done.
still got the out, so that's what matters.
On the score sheet, it says out.
It sure does. So here's Reed. He has walked twice and scored a couple of runs.
Crabs plated 1 in the first, 5 in the second. Solano put 1 across in the third.
And he takes a fastball in there at the knees, 89 miles an hour.
6-1 here. The bottom of the fourth.
The 0-1 swung on and missed. 0-2. Bang sets. The 0-2 misses low and outside.
Jessica Collins thanking y'all for the live stream is shouting out number 33, which is Cody Collins. He had an exceptional game last night.
sure
He said
did.
it at the top of the broadcast, but 6 strikeouts
Yeah,
through the 6th and 7th, I think.
he struck at everybody he saw.
Yes, he did. Just cut them down.
2-2 the count.
That's what the Crabs need in those middle and late innings. Is strikes.
The 2-2 to Reed. Grounded in the hole on the right side and past the first baseman. That's a hit.
Yeah, that was a tough play for the first baseman there. That's Michael Weber, and he had to go to his knee and reach back across his body. He could have made the stop, but Timmy Reed and the pitcher were both charging towards first base. I think Reed had to step on him. Even if he
Weber
made the,
had to play. It just kicked off his glove, but he still had to move to his right to get
you
it.
think he'd have been able to get back to the bag? Beat Reed back?
I don't know. He probably would have had to toss to Bang's covering.
Yeah, I think Reed might have beat the pitcher.
But Reed's very fast.
He's
so.
fast, yeah.
At any rate, it's a hit. Here's Sewell. And there's a fastball at the knees. 1 out. Reed over at first. I bet he takes off. He's got a huge lead over there.
Yeah, he likes to go.
In the air to center field, deep, going back. Still going back, still going back, and caught at the track. Reed will have to go back to first.
Boy.
Just got under it a little bit. 2 away.
Yeah, Braden Regala had his hand on the center field wall when he caught that baseball. It looked like it was gone, but hung up there just a little too long.
Here's Enyart. He has walked twice.
99 off the bat for Sewell. 2 or 3 more feet, and that's out of here.
Fastball outside.
Okay. Yeah, good. You're reading it from underneath.
The 1-0 misses outside. Two and 0 to Enyart. Reed with a huge lead over at first, and now they throw over there.
Yeah, almost had him. There's a fan saying, "Get a hit," and the commentary is whether that
The runner
advice
goes.
is
The
needed.
2-1-2 is outside to throw down. The second is not in time, and Reed's got it stolen as the count goes 3-0 to Enyart.
Yeah, Cooper Jones put that way off second base. Did not have a chance there to make the tag.
8th stolen base for Reed on the season.
Yeah, you saw him taking that lead.
He gets on, he's going to go,
Yeah.
more or less.
He's
So
pretty pumped out there right now.
3-0 to Enyart.
He's making a bunch of noise.
And the fastball misses away. So Enyart walked for the 3rd time this evening. Thing about Timmy Reed, he came in only batting in the 200s, but when he does hit, he hits with power.
Yeah.
And when he gets on, it's never just a walk or a single. It's always the equivalent of a double because he takes off for second.
Right.
And so, he's just a very valuable player for the Crabs, and is very fast out in center field as well. So
It's just those strikeout numbers. That's really the only
the only
downside.
downside he has is he strikes out a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he hasn't struck out. Did he strike out last night at all?
I think he struck out once last night.
He only struck out. He struck out twice last night.
Twice, yeah. But he had a good game. I mean, he had a home run.
He sure did. Yeah.
You get
And
another
that all
hit.
the way to the backstop, and the runners are going to advance on the wild pitch.
Crabs on the verge of breaking this one open here if they can get a hit.
So 1-0 to Hirschkorn. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, he's been punishing the Mudcats today so far. Plated a couple ribs already.
The 1-0 is a strike at the knees.
Thank you. Me. Yeah.
Ball to strike the count. Here's the pitch.
I don't know.
This is outside.
Yeah. Same with Sewell. Sewell's on fire right now. All right, thank you. See you later.
So 2-1 to Hirschkorn.
We just don't have too many issues.
2-1 is fouled up against the screen.
Home base in the first base line covered in shadow now as it starts to make its way across the infield.
2-2.
What about like a massive? What about the Marshall? That's like way more.
I'm not sure what's going on, but it sounds serious.
2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Outside. And the ball gets away, but no advance. And the count 3-2.
Just didn't quite bounce far enough away.
2 on, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th, Crabs up 6-1. The 3-2. Grounder out to second base. Throw to first. Ends the inning.
Close.
For the Crabs, there were no runs. There was a hit. There were no errors and 2 left. And at the end of 4, they lead 6-1. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. By the way, welcome back to the ballpark. Jones, Torres, and Regala to bat for the Mudcats, with the Crabs leading 6-1 in the top of the 5th inning.
Jonah Frega's still out there for the Humboldt Crabs. He's pitched his way through 4 innings now.
Yes, and there's no action in the bullpen either.
He's given up 4 hits and just 1 run. Getting the job done.
So here's Cooper Jones. He struck out his first at bat.
Cooper with a K.
And he lines that one foul over towards the coaching box. And that definitely busted the bat.
Slap that. It's loud.
That's an awful sound, that broken bat sound. That like
that snap.
That kind of, yeah. You can just tell it's broken. Yeah. The 0-1. This is inside.
That's the best position you do in the scoreboard. Gotta do it just like that.
The 1-1. Tapped foul.
Prune Packers and Kings are tied, bottom of 5th, 2-2. This is not a league game, but the Medford Rogues are up 4-0 against the Fresno A's.
The 1-2. Oh, breaking pitch called. Strike 3, happy trails.
Nasty. Just a great strikeout there from Jonah Fregas. That was a 75-mile-an-hour action pitch that just painted the strike zone there. Great work.
5 strikeouts now for Fregas.
Pretty good.
And here's Torres. Fly to right his first at bat.
Again, the Mudcats are in town tomorrow for a 12:30 ball game. The Crabgrass Band will be here. You don't want to miss it.
Big swing and a miss from Torres on 1. Yeah, it should be a nice day tomorrow. And I just love day baseball when the sun's out.
Yeah, days like today are perfect.
The way baseball was meant to be played. 0-1 the count. Swung on a missed 0-2.
Crabs go to Medford to play the Rogues Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Those are important league games that you can catch on 107.3. 6:35 is the start time for those games. They'll also be broadcast on YouTube. And then the West Coast Kings come into town this coming weekend, the 11th, 12th, and 13th.
The 0-2 misses inside.
Not a lot of Crabs baseball left. Counting down the final weeks here. Goes too fast.
Sure does go fast. 1-2. Swung on and missed. Took something off.
Count it.
Way outside. He just waved at that pitch. 6th strikeout for Fregas. 2 away. Back to the top of the order. Here's Regala. He has singled and reached on an error.
Seems to have that off-speed pitch working. 77 floats away from them. They just don't know what to do with it. Sends another Mudcat to the trailhead.
Here's the pitch. Lined in the left field for a base hit. So Regala with his second hit of the evening with 2 outs.
Stings that 190 off the bat. First pitch swinging. 87 in the middle of the strike zone there.
So here's Sale. He's 0 for 1.
One week from the West Coast Kings series, so we're talking the 18th, 19th, and 20th. That's when the Prune Packers come to town. I feel like that's the series everybody's waiting for.
Well, that's going to be a huge series.
Crabs took 1 from the Prune Packers in the 3-game series at Healdsburg.
That one's hit in the air to right field. Over to get it, and making the catch is Howard, and that ends the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, a runner left at the end of 4 1/2 at 6-1 Crabs. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Bottom of the 5th inning, it'll be Howard, Medikoff, and Soares for the Crabs with the score 6-1 in their favor.
I may have picked the winner in the wheelbarrow race. I've got an eye for talent.
I don't think so, right? Weren't you going for yellow?
I did. I went for yellow. Isn't that
Yellow
who won?
finished like 3rd, didn't they?
No. Yellow won, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now batting for your Humboldt Crabs, number
I can pick
17, right fielder Tyler Howard.
So here's Howard. He's 0 for 2.
Let's get a hit. I like to say hit it with the stick. That's the same thing.
Pitch misses outside. 1-0.
If it's the other team, you say don't hit it with the stick.
1-0. He's outside again. 2-0. Bang sets and comes home 2-0. A check swing, and he fouls it up against the backstop. 2-1 the count.
I'm wondering if they didn't have time to warm up a pitcher or something, and they just had one guy come in for 1 inning, because they just had Thompson for 1, and now it looks like Bang is in there for
Yeah.
more
3-0 is hit on the ground. Past third and down the line. Into the corner. Howard going for 2. He'll make it easily. That ball was aided by the sun shining right in the third baseman's face, I believe. It would have been a tough play anyway, but I think he even lost it. Just jumped right over the bag, and Aiden Hall over there just sort of stabbed at it, but unable to make the catch.
Trackman says 114 off the bat. It did look like it had a bounce to it, so it wasn't moving that quick, but he only had 1 grab at it.
Yeah.
They call it the hot corner for a reason. If you miss, it's
So Howard Bar with a double. That's got to be one of the hardest hit balls this season, though.
It was ripping, you know.
Here's Medikoff, and he takes a pitch low and outside. It's Krusty Krab in the park.
In high form, too. A lot of energy right now. Krusty jumping up and down, firing up the crowd. Pulling a Superman. Dig it.
Bang steps off now. He's ready. Well, popped in the air on the right side of the infield. Garcia's under it. 1 away.
You've explained to me that no one can be Krusty but Krusty, but they gave you the opportunity to be Krusty once, and you turned it down.
What do you mean they gave me the opportunity to be Krusty's Krusty?
That's what they told me.
There's
They
no.
said-
What do you mean they gave me the opportunity to be Krusty? That doesn't make any sense.
Well,
Krusty is Krusty. Krusty's Krusty. What are you talking about?
Benjamin's having a Santa Claus moment right now.
There's no opportunity to be Krusty. There's Krusty.
Well, you see, Benjamin, they need people to believe in Krusty, and by believing in Krusty, they mean get inside a
You just saw him.
suit that smells like morning breath.
Saurus, 1 for 2. I don't understand any of this.
I
The
know.
Thrall gets away, and that's going to allow Howard to go to third.
25 years, and there's still secrets at the ballpark for Benjamin.
I mean, he lives right over there in the hut. I've
That's
seen
where
him go
he
in
lives. That's it. Yeah, he comes out with his bathrobe first thing in the morning, cup of coffee in his claw.
there. I'm sure he goes over to the Jitter Bean there on the
Yeah.
corner and,
Yeah, the big breakfast at the Big Blue.
and has, yeah.
Probably eats eggs Benny.
Here's the 1-0. Strike at the knees on the outside corner, 1-1. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Loud and clear.
The 1-1 in the air to left field and caught by Davis. That's going to score the run, so sacrifice fly for Saurus. And it's 7-1 in favor of the Crabs. Saurus does his job.
Yeah, it was just a lazy fly ball, 83 off the bat out towards left field, but didn't have to do much more than that to get the run across. Go Crabs, go, 7.
2 away. And here's Peraza. He has walked in line to right.
Now batting number 13, shortstop, Michael Perazo.
Pitch to Peraza was fouled up against the screen.
Healdsburg has put 2 more on West Coast Kings. It's 4-2 now.
Yeah, that lead was
No.
bound to
Yeah.
be transient. The 0-1.
I feel like it was 6-0 a couple weeks ago.
Is high,
West Coast
1-1.
Kings were up 6-0.
That was last week, I think. even.
Yeah.
I think that was just last week.
And Healdsburg
Yeah.
won with like 18 or something like
Yeah.
that.
A ball and a strike to count. Here comes the pitch. And he bounces it up there.
I do think Healdsburg lost to Medford this year, though, at one point, which means they can be beaten. The Crabs,
Well, the Crabs
beat
are beating them,
Yeah.
so we know it's possible. 2-1 the count now
Just got to do it when it counts.
to Perazo. The 2-1 is fouled out of play into the left field picnic area. Off the fence over there.
Looks like they've got a net up over over it.
Well, that's the batting cage.
Oh, that's the batting cage. They went up. Okay, I see. I was like, when did that happen? It's a good idea.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count.
So this kid brought a bat to the ballpark. Does that work?
2-2 swung on and missed. Perazo's gone on strikes, and that ends the inning. But the Crabs get a run on a hit. There were no errors and nobody left. And at the end of 5, they lead 7-1. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM.
We got a shot.
Jonah Fragus out for his 6th inning of work. He's been great. He's only given up 1 run, and it was unearned. He's only given up 5 hits. And he leads 7-1. It'll be the heart of the order, Hall, Garcia, and Mousehart for the Mudcats.
Giants are leading the Homeless Athletics 4-1. The Astros beat the Dodgers 6-4. The Angels lost to the Blue Jays today, and the Padres are trailing the Rangers 5-2 in the 5th.
First pitch misses low to Hall. My A's will come back.
My A's, he says. Benjamin literally shifted team affiliations during a ball game last night, according to Liam.
1-0. Grounded over the third and through for a base hit.
Went into the game a Giants fan, came out cheering for the Athletics. Is that how that works? Fair weather? I know you love sunny days, Benjamin, but I didn't peg you as such a fair weather fan.
Unless it's the Crabs.
That's right. Yeah, you've been clear. The only team that you have like actual loyalty for are these Humboldt Crabs. Everyone else, if it's a California team and they're winning, that's who you're cheering for.
That's pretty much it right there, yep. 3rd hit of the night for Hall now, and here is Garcia. He's 0 for 2.
For Giants fans out there, this is unconscionable because he means he will cheer for the Dodgers. He will. He'll do it.
Oh, absolutely. If they get in the World Series.
I can hear Liam's teeth grinding from here.
1-0.
Through the headphones.
Misses down low. 2-0.
Last call for 50-50. Last call for 50-50.
Throw to first.
Not much of a lead there, but they're keeping him close anyway.
Well, down 7-1.
Sure.
Last thing in the world you want us to be picked off. (2-0). High tapper foul, wide of third. And you can see that Sewell had trouble seeing that ball.
Yeah, I think you're right that one that got through over there at third base was maybe sunshine related. It's low. It's setting. Long
It's
shadows
right in the
right
third
now.
baseman's eyes over there.
Yeah, he's on the shadow line now, and it's moved since that play. So
The 2-1. Ooh, check swing on a fastball away, and that's a strike.
here
I
comes
think
that.
the umpire called it a strike anyway.
Sure.
2-2.
California golden hour on its way. It's about to get real pretty here in these evenings. When the sun sets low, it just you can't beat it. Cuts through that marine layer. Yeah.
2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. A fastball away.
Fragus.
Nasty.
Just knocking him down today. 6, 7 strikeouts?
I have 7, yeah.
7 strikeouts. Not too bad.
And he seems to be getting stronger, actually, as the game progresses. He has more strikeouts in the last couple innings than he did in the first few innings.
5 hits, but just 1 run to show for it for the Mudcats.
Here's Mousehart. He struck out twice, and he swings at a pitch down in the dirt. 0-1. They just have not figured out Jonah Fragus.
It's really been a story of the pitching for the Crabs. I feel like Standish, Fragus, a couple of other folks have showed up. At other times, it's been just wild and really hard to know what you're going to get.
The 0-1. That's right. There's a fly ball to right field.
Wow.
Deep. Howard
Watched
on the
it.
run, going back, and that's off the fence. And the runner's going to be held at third. That's a long single for Mousehart.
That's about as
I don't know why he didn't get a double out of that.
Yeah, I was going to say that's about as far as you can hit it and still get a single. And I know that it would be, first to home, but the runner's pulling up at third also just seems a little odd. To be fair, it came off the wall pretty efficiently, and Timmy Reed was able to make a good play. Liam and Jack and a couple of other folks are commenting that maybe the hustle wasn't what it could have been from the Mudcat there.
I don't know.
I didn't catch that
At
part.
any
I
rate,
was watching the outfield.
Runners on the corners with 1 out. It just is odd that he didn't make it all the way to second on that, because it was all the way to the 368
And
the fence.
It took a long time
yeah, I
to
mean,
come
it hung
down.
up, so.
I feel like it's not like you're tagging up when
Not-
you're the guy that hit the ball. So
So 1-0 now to Weber with runners on the corners.
cooking from contact.
1 is out. The one pitch is fouled out of play.
Went to the plaza.
That foul ball brought to you by Wild Planet.
You get so many different colors here this time of day. You get like blue and purple and gray. Obviously,
that
a lot of
pearly color.
greens. Yeah. You get some pink sometimes. Orange. A lot of orange. Gorgeous.
The 1-1. Inside. The 2-1 sails way outside. 3-1 now.
Crabs have lost one game to the Lincoln Potters here at home. Making sure I'm
That's right, yeah. Only one.
correct on that, yeah.
The 3-1 is a strike on the outside corner, and the count goes full to Weber. Davis on deck. 1 out. Hall at third. Mousehart at first.
Looking to move to 23-4.
3-2. Hit hard over towards the Crabs dugout, and some guys had to scatter out of the way there. Now finally a pitcher is up and getting warm in the Crabs bullpen. It's a right-hander. I'm not sure who it is. Meanwhile, it counts 3-2 to Weber. Wind has died down completely. The 3-2. In the air to left field and deep, and that is a 3-run home run.
Boy, Michael Weber just absolutely mashed that.
103 off the bat.
Well, it's going to make things a little more interesting here in the Arcata ballpark. That's going to bring home Aiden Hall and Alex Mousehart. Michael Weber with a 3-run shot. 4-7 Crabs.
Just got the impression that Fragus just was not as sharp coming out in this inning.
He's pitched a great game up until this point.
And now whoever's out there in the bullpen is going to bear down, I bet.
Catch a number on that pitcher, and I just can't get it. Right-hander facing the wrong way.
And there's a ball skied behind over to the right side and caught by Hirschkorn for out number 2.
Might be Brody Jacobs. I think it's a 20-something. We'll find out.
I think that's Sasso.
Liam says it could be Cameron Sasso.
Okay, here's Jones. He's 0 for 2. Cameron Sasso out in the bullpen. And there's a slider outside. So 7 hits now for the Mudcats. They are out hitting the Crabs, although they trail.
Yeah, it's true.
7-4, and that the difference being the walks.
The walks are the difference. And again, that's the kind of difference that can sting the Crabs. I mean, they've had games where the pitchers have given up a lot of walks, hit by pitch, wild pitch runs, and it's made things a lot more exciting than they needed to be frequently.
The 1-1 is in the dirt. Two and 1 to Jones. Here's the pitch, and he fouls it up against the screen. 2-2 now. The 2-2 hits him on the elbow. Did he swing? Is he out? No. They're going to argue that it's Robbins coming out to argue that he swung at it. They're going to pull him back, and he's headed down to first. But
it's like he's going to talk
if he swung at it, then it's an out, and so it doesn't matter if it hit him. So we'll see. Robin out as the umpires converge.
Officially an incompetence of umpires out there
on
in
the
the middle.
field. Yep.
That's the aggregate, according to the professor. Little huddle, talking about some rules.
And foul ball, they're calling it.
So he goes.
He's not out. Why isn't he out?
Guyver's looking for an explanation.
I think we're all searching for an explanation.
What does it mean, Benjamin?
I mean, he swung at it. If it hit him, if it hit him, then and he swung, he's out. Because it was 2 strikes.
Umpire's just going back and forth between the two
so
coaches now.
how are you going to say?
Trying to
now they're trying to say it was a foul ball. It was not a foul ball. It obviously hit him.
This is like what happened in Fieldsburg twice.
I take back everything I say.
About the umpire?
I said earlier about the umpire.
I said that was glowing praise, and now we'll probably get the other side of the coin here.
2-2, the count remains then to Jones.
So he's back in there. Okie doke.
Foul ball. And the pitch. Way outside. I think Jonah Fragus is tired.
He's been out there a while. He's pitched a pretty good game, but gave up a big home run this inning.
3-2. Again, way outside, not even close.
Yeah,
2 pitches way out of the zone.
Can't
And
imagine
he
he's
seems to
gonna
be
be out there much
laboring. He
longer.
looks like he's laboring to me. Those pitches are so far outside, they're not even
The Crab's got
close.
a big enough
And
lead,
that here
but
comes, is that Robin or is that Eric?
it's like getting a thumbs up to the bullpen there.
It's 7-4 Crabs. The Mudcats have a runner at first now with 2 outs. They're not going to take Fragus out now. I guess they're gonna leave him in for
It's
now.
like he's staying out there.
I think if he doesn't get this next batter, he's going to be out.
I mean, they still have a 3-run lead,
That's right. He just needs to get this next hitter.
and you got 2 outs.
Yeah.
You got a couple options here to get this out.
Yeah, it makes
Should
sense to
be
leave him in for
fine,
now.
but if he stings this one, it's going to feel like the wrong choice.
85 pitches.
85 pitches, according to Liam Fafragas.
So here's Torres, and he takes a pitch in the dirt.
Gonna have to find the strike zone.
The 1-0. Way outside. 2-0.
Tying run is on deck.
2-0, way inside, and that gets away from Soares. And Jones will go down to second on the pass ball. 3-0 to Torres. He walks Torres. We're going to see Sasso, I'm sure.
I was gonna say.
The 3-0. That's a strike. Three-one. Swung on and missed. 3-2.
86 in the strike zone there from Fragas. He's still got a little left in the tank. He's just got to get through this inning. You know he wants to close this inning out.
Absolutely. 3-2 pitch.
That should do it.
And he walked him back. So first and second now with 2 outs. And here comes Robin. That's going to be it.
Looked closer than it was.
We got a shout out from Sticky Rice.
So Cameron Sasso will come in to replace Jonah Fragus while he takes his warm-up pitches. Let's go back to the studio and thanks some of our sponsors. This is Exciting Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. All right, Cameron Sasso on in relief. This is only his second appearance this season because he joined the team earlier this week.
1 game, 1 inning pitched, 0 statistics otherwise. That's the line.
Yeah, well, that's pretty typical for Cameron Sasso. He's pitched great for the Crabs in previous seasons, and Crabs thrilled to have him mid-season this year. So he comes in with runners on first and second and 2 outs. This is the tying run coming to the plate. Regala, the leadoff hitter, who's 2 for 3 tonight.
Hopping right into a boiling pot is Sasso. Just needs 1 out. Crabs with a 3-run lead. You'd like to maintain that going into the later innings. Mudcats feel like probably just 1 run would make a huge difference for them.
So here we go. Here's Regala. Sasso looks out at second and deals. Right down the middle, called strike. Knee high. E01 waved at miss, took something off, and had Regala way out in front, 0-2.
Sasso out of the bullpen into a pitcher's count. Like to see it.
Sasso sets. A look at second. And he deals. Loop down the left field line. Foul territory caught by Sewell, and that ends the inning. Sasso comes in and puts out the fire. Although the Mudcats got 3 runs on 3 hits, there were no errors and 2 left, and at the end of 5 1/2, it's 7-4 Crabs. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back. Bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be the top of the order for the Crabs. Pappas, Reed, and Sewell. They're leading 7-4.
Tough finish for Jonah Fragus there. He pitched 5 really good innings. And right when he was getting started in the 6th, we were talking about how it looked like he was just kind of getting stronger. It looked like he was doing even better. And then he
kind of hit a wall.
Got himself into hot water. And Sasso comes on in relief and gets the job done. Still a 3-run lead for Humboldt.
So Bobby Bang's out for his 3rd inning of pitching.
1 in the 1st, 5 in the 2nd, 1 in the 5th for Humboldt. Solano has 1 in the 3rd and 3 at the top of this inning.
35, Jacob Pappas.
Pappas is 0 for 3. And the first pitch to Pappas is fouled out of play.
That foul ball brought to you by Baywood Golf and Country Club.
The 0-1 in the air to right field. On the run is Torres, and he turns and makes the catch at the last second. Kind of misjudged it, but righted himself at the very last second to make the catch. Went away.
Boy, he did. Pappas sent that 87 miles an hour out to right center, and Joseph Torres got on his horse and then had to come back across his body to make the catch.
There's Timmy Reed. He has singled and walked twice, so Mudcats have not gotten him out yet tonight.
Pretty good for number 3 here.
Shows bunt, and he bunts it foul.
Why it's like God damn it.
It's got a guy in a chokehold.
We got one in the dirt.
See that roster for a second.
A ball and a strike now, the count to Reed. Bangs pitch. Fouled out of play.
That foul ball brought to you by U.S. Ford.
We already have freeloaders watching the game.
Looks like it could be Colin Elmore warming up for the Mudcats there in the bullpen. Number 32.
The 1-2, foul tipped. Catcher couldn't hold on, so he'll get another pitch.
All the expensive equipment is being watched by like 6 people. Except for the cameras around the whole park. All the stuff up here is somebody really wanted to put this.
Still the count is 1-2. And that pitch sails outside. Two. Swung on and missed, got him. 2 away. So here's Sewell. He's 1 for 3.
Batting next, number 11, Cameron Sewell.
2 homers, a hit, and 2 walks yesterday. That's not bad. That's pretty good.
A little bit quieter today. Here's the pitch, and he takes inside. Or I guess low. According to TrackMan, that was a strike.
Yeah, it was. Wow. We'll take it.
The 1-0. Line in the right field. That's going to drop for a hit. Sewell with his second base hit of the night. And the right fielder bobbles, and now Sewell's going to go to second. So that'll be a single and an error on Torres.
Man, how much can you say about Cameron Sewell? This guy just keeps getting it done. That was 76 off the bat. It looks like he kind of just got to charge into it and sent it out into right field, and keeping an eye on that right fielder. The minute he saw the opportunity, took off for second base, staying aggressive.
Batting next for the Crabs, number 16.
Important to pay attention.
Enyart.
So here's Enyart.
And
He
run
has walked
hard.
3 times tonight.
Like, that wasn't nearly as hard hit as
I
that
know.
other single
Yep.
that the Mudcats hit, and he got to second base. I know there was an error. That makes a big difference, but
So 2 outs, and that's cued over to first base. That should end the inning, and does, as Weber takes it to the bag himself. For the Crabs, no runs. There was a hit, there was an error, and a runner left, and at the end of 6, they lead 7-4. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM.
Score 7-4 Crabs.
All right, top of the 7th, Sale, Hall, and Garcia to bat against Cameron Sasso. 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Mudcats. 7 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for the Crabs.
Figure we'll see 2 innings out of Sasso and then maybe a closer. Seems to be the way that they're playing it. There's no one warming up right now.
I don't know. We'll see.
I feel like that's the way that they've been pitching it. Hopefully, starting pitcher gets them through 5 or 6, and then they bring the pitcher on for 2, somebody else on for 2.
So here's, is it Sayer or Sale? I guess it's Sayer. Sayer, okay. He's 0 for 2. And he takes a strike on the outside corner from Sasso. The 0-1. This is inside.
It's a pretty good pitch. It's outside, but not by much. Inside, but out of the strike zone, not by much.
Just a little bit high. 1-1. Misses low. Two to 1 to Sayer. Misses inside. 3-1. There's a breaking pitch for a strike at the knees. And the count goes full. Hall on deck.
Important not to give up a walk right here.
Well, Hall's 3 for 3, so. Tapper down towards first. It's going to kick foul. So we'll do it again with the count full to Sale. Three-two pitch. Tapped foul wide of third this time.
Was that a Mets hat that went by? I don't see many of those. Debbie on YouTube says, "Let's go, Crabbies, let's go." That's right. Need some clutch pitching.
3-2. Sasso sets and deals. All 4.
That's a tough call. That was a marginal pitch. I mean, it was low. It was inside, but it was on the strike zone right there.
Right here? Yeah, I saw it. That was like...
I'm not leaving a tip for this umpire at all. I'm done.
You had nice things to say
nice
at the
things
top
to
of the
say.
game. That's pretty good.
No tip.
Again, that's lavishing praise. You haven't yelled out the window yet. I'd say you're being pretty restrained.
3-2 the count. Sorry, excuse me. This is a new batter. This is Hall, who takes a strike on the outside corner. Hall is 3 for 3. Runners going. Pitches in the dirt to throw down. The second is not in time.
Boy,
Sayer steals it.
looked like a pretty good throw from Kiwanasaurus, just not quite hard enough. It was on line, but just a good jump, quick
Not
run.
on it, no.
Mudcat on second, nobody out.
1-1 the count to Hall.
Solano playing some scrappy baseball here in the middle innings, in an opportunity to
Get back in the game.
Right.
Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. A big cut at a pitch up in the zone. Good fastball from Sasso.
82 and high.
The 1-2 in the air to right field. Going back a few steps is Howard. He makes the catch. The runner tags. Throw to third is cut off. One away. And Sale goes to third. Hall does his job.
Maximiliano Garcia now batting for the Mudcats has an opportunity to scrape one more across.
He's 0 for 3.
Jonathan Webster on YouTube says go Crabs. Correct.
Sasso deals high.
Getting dark fast here at the ballpark as the sun goes down, the clouds roll in.
The 1-0. Misses low and outside, 2-0.
I was hoping we'd get to play a little ball under the moon, but it has disappeared behind a large purple cloud bank. Coastal baseball.
And we got 6 innings of sun.
6 innings of sun. That's pretty good for Humboldt.
The 2-0. Inside again, 3-0.
All sorts of cheerful input from the happy Arcata crowd.
Three and 0 the count. Near to right field. Over to get it is Howard. That's going to score the run. Here comes the throw to the plate, not in time. Sacrifice fly for Garcia, and it's 7-5 in favor of the Crabs.
Just enough to get the job done. Easy play for the outfielder, but not a big enough arm to make the play at home.
Here's Mousehart. He's 1 for 3. And he takes a strike at the knees.
4 to
outside
7.
corner.
4 to 7 now, Crabs.
7-5.
7 to 5. Oh, geez, I was reading that. That's not even close. There we go.
And the next pitch is lined in the right field for a base hit.
7 to 5 now. Mudcats on first base with 2 out. Sasso in a little bit of trouble here. He's got 2 outs.
Tying run will come to the plate, and guess who it is? It's the guy who homered last inning. So Michael Weber, the tying run with 2 outs. 7-5 Crabs. Crabs were cruising along, and the Mudcats now fought their way back. Here's the pitch in the dirt. And Cameron Sasso not as sharp as he generally is or has been.
Good grab by Kawanosaurus there. That one
That's
was
right.
on his way to the backstop, but he was able to corral it and keep the runner at first. That's important with a 2-run game.
The 1-0. Grounded over to third.
Should do it.
And right through Sewell's legs and into the outfield. On his way to third is Mousehart. And that's an error on Sewell. And that is a tough error. That would have been the 3rd out. Instead, it puts the tying runs on base with 2 outs.
Yeah, it sure looked like he was going to get the out there. It was a pretty routine play to third base, and it just botched it and sent it into the short left field. By the time they were able to corral it and get the ball back, runners on the corners for Solano.
Sora's out to have a word with Sasso now.
Crab's bullpen is quiet. Sasso's going to have to work this out. Put the ump went out there right away when they're chatting. Solano will have a little picnic spread out, and he'll dust off home plate, but the Crabbies have a word or two to say, and suddenly it's like, play ball.
We got to play. We got to go. Here's Davis. Davis is 0 for 3. So he's got runners on the corners, 2 outs, 7-5 Crabs.
Cameron just needs 1 out here.
Sasso comes home right down the middle with a fastball on the outside, actually on the outside corner. 0-1.
85-mile-an-hour strike. That's exactly how you want to get started on this hitter.
Great pitch right on the black. 0-1. The 0-1 In there for a strike at the knees on the outside corner. Great pitch, 0-2. Davis waits for the pitch. Runners take their lead and now throw to first. Not really a pickoff move. The 0-2. Misses low. Mousehart at third. Weber at first. Krabs should be out of the inning. 1-2 the count to Davis. Another throw to first.
Okay, I'm just not messing around.
Pins and needles here in the ballpark. Krabs on the verge of giving up a big lead.
The 1-2. In the dirt, runner from first goes down to second. So second and third now, and a base hit would likely tie the game with the count 2-2 to Davis.
This is a big out at the plate.
Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, got it. Inning over. There was a run, there was a hit, there was an error, and there were 2 left. And at the end of 6.5, it's 7-5 Krabs. This is nail-biting Krabs baseball, 107.3 FM. Bottom of the 7th inning, Hirschkorn, Howard, and Medikoff to bat against Bobby Bangs, with the Krabs leading 7-5. Bangs has done a good job keeping the Krabs from scoring as the Mudcats have gotten back in the game. Just the 1 run.
Sasso got into and out of trouble last inning. It wouldn't have been as bad if it wasn't for the error on Cameron Sewell. Usually just a big offensive contributor and a pretty solid defender. Just botched the ball at third base there.
The right-hander warming in the Krabs bullpen. So here's Hirschkorn. He's 2 for 3. And the first pitch to him is outside.
Can't see who that is. Would be nice to plate 1 or 2 more here.
The 1-0. Grounded over the mound and up the middle. Backhanded by the second baseman. Throw to first is not going to be in time. And Hirschkorn's aboard with his 3rd hit of the evening.
Boy, that was a hustle single. It was a high bounder out to second base. And he reached for it and threw back across his body. And Hirschkorn was safe at first.
Here's Howard. 1 for 3.
The last inning just goes to show how quickly a 2 or 3 run lead can evaporate. Krabs need offense here. Strike 1 or 2 more times.
Or even a 6-run lead. This game is showing that a 6-run lead can evaporate pretty quickly.
Yeah, the Krabs played at 5 in the second and have been quiet since then. Solano's been clawing their way back. Humboldt did get 1 more in the 5th, but Solano put 3 across in the 6th and 1 at the top of this inning.
Here's Howard. He's 1 for 3 with a double, and he takes a fastball outside. We got a right-hander warming in the Mudcats pen as well.
Everybody's busy pitching.
The 1-0. Way outside, 2-0. 2-0 is tapped over towards third. Going to be a tough play. He bobbles. He throws to first. Not in time. Howard aboard with an infield single.
Again, just another great hustle single there. Aiden Hall came charging in from third base and scooped it. Had to make kind of a double clutch before he threw the ball, and that second effort probably cost him. He got it over there, and Howard was safe by a step. So Hirschkorn and Howard on now, nobody out.
Here's Medikoff. He's 1 for 3.
Got a chance to add to this lead. Medikoff can do it. He's come up big before.
And a pitch.
Oh boy.
Popped in the air to center field.
Not gonna do it.
Drifting back towards the wall. The catch is made. Hirschkorn goes to third.
First pitch hacking for Tate Medikoff. He wanted it. It was 97 off the bat. Just loud contact at dead center field. Not quite deep enough.
So 1 away. Runners on the corners. Here's Soros. 0 for 2. 1 for 2, excuse me.
Batting at for Crabs, number 10, Cabana Soros.
Sack fly opportunity for the Crabs catcher here. Be a big run. Gotta avoid a double play right now.
Runners going from first. No throw to second.
Crabs reading my
So
mind.
much for the double play.
Making that an impossibility with the steal. Exactly right for Tyler Howard. How many is that for him this year, I wonder? That's his 4th stolen base.
So second and third, 1 out.
It's a big stolen base.
1-0 to Soros. The infield. They bring the infield all the way in. That's fouled up against the screen. 1-1.
That kind of steal opens up so many opportunities for scoring now. Like,
Well, now they have to bring the infield in.
yeah, takes away that double play ball and turns a couple dribblers into a sack.
The 1-1 misses high.
Benjamin's Oakland Athletics are losing to the San Francisco
Giants.
Giants.
West Sacramento Athletics.
Sorry,
2-1.
I will not call them anything else. I do appreciate the West Sacramento as opposed to Sacramento distinction. Yeah, that's important. That's a key distinction, Liam. And
2-1 misses high.
if I don't call them Oakland, I'll call them West Sacramento. I prefer to just not call them anything at all because they broke my heart.
3-1 to count.
If a team can leave a city can leave a team.
The pitch to Soros. Fouled up against the screen, and the count goes full.
Boy, that one looked like it was
Hirschkorn
gonna
at third, Howard at second.
clear the backstop.
Crabs leading 7-5, looking for insurance. Mudcats still have the infield pulled in all the way around.
Some big outs here in the 6th and 7th inning. Both teams just on the wire.
3-2. Fouled away again.
Fighting.
Tenacious at bat.
That was an
Solano
89
Soros.
mile an hour strike that he set over towards F Street. Just a little under it. This is exciting.
So we'll do it again, 3-2. Runners take their lead. Bang sets and deals. Fouled away.
Just keeps fighting. 89 mile an hour fastball. Sounds like it hit a vehicle rather square on F Street.
Back on a car.
Got to get sponsored by an auto body repair shop.
Really? The 3-2. Walked him.
Okay.
So that reloads the bases for Peraza. He'll draw the infield back again.
Second or third time we've seen the bases loaded with crabs this game?
Second time, I believe.
Second time?
And so here's Peraza. He's 0 for 2 with a walk.
Batting next number 13, Michael Peraza.
Does put the double play ball back in action for Solano. That's something that they've got going for them. Crabs looking to strike.
And he hits one high in the air down the left field line, drifting towards the Crabs bullpen. A long run by the left fielder
What a
and a
grab.
great catch by Wyatt Davis, but that will plate the run. It's a sacrifice fly for Peraza. What a great play. But the Crabs lead 8-5.
Houston Hirschkorn coming around there on the run after his single to lead off this inning. Crabs adding an insurance run here. That's important. 8-5.
Might question whether he was where he should have made that catch.
That was a good run, right? Like if he lets that drop, it probably keeps. It does. It keeps a run
It's a
off
foul
the
ball,
board,
yeah. And of course, I mean, you don't know what's going to happen after that.
Right. Yeah. You take the
So
out of the
generally,
run.
you
That's a
take the
tough
out
call,
when you can,
yeah.
I would guess. But still,
Yeah.
it's worth considering.
With a game
Pitches
this close too. I mean,
fouled up against the screen, yeah.
5-7 to 5-8 with
And it's the
2
9-hitter.
innings to play.
And it's the 9-hitter.
Right. Boy, tough call there for the left fielder, but he made a great run for it. Went down to his knees and slid like
It
a
was a
soccer
great
player
catch.
to get under that thing.
It really was. Runners go. The 0-1 is high. The throw down to third. They got
Toast.
Howard. And that ends the inning. But the Crabs get a run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left. And at the end of 7, they lead 8-5. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. All right, top of the 8th inning, Jones, Torres, and Regala to bat for the Mudcats. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Crabs. This is Cade Kohlberg.
Kohlberg's been great for the Crabs in the past. He's pitched 9 games, 18.1 innings. He's pitched into 8 hits, 6 runs. Only 4 of those are earned. 28 strikeouts with 16 walks. He's come up big in some late innings in the past for Humboldt, and they need him here. They got a 3-run lead. They just need 6 outs.
All right, he will face, so
Now batting for the Mudcats, number 25, Cody Buckley.
he'll face a pinch hitter, number 35, Cody Buckley. For Jones,
Cody Buckley played last night for the Mudcats. He hit in the first inning and struck out twice.
he fouls one up against the screen, 0-1. 8 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors for the Crabs. 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Mudcats. Kohlberg against Buckley. The 0-1. And that's a strike at the knees, 0-2.
8 holes where we're at.
What did you just call me? The 0-2 is fouled out of play.
A selective listener.
The 0-2. Swung on and missed. Got him. A slider away. Great pitch. One away.
Graham T. Your wallet is in the red merch bar.
And we'll have another pitch hitter. This is number 14. This is Crudo, who also played yesterday. Crudo yesterday was 0 for 4. Kohlberg deals. That's hit in the air to right center field. That's going to drop. That's going to go all the way to the fence. Crudo going for 2, and he'll be in there with a stand-up double.
Timmy Reed was almost able to get that in second base with a chance to make a tag. Just hopped a little shy there. Big hit for Crudo. Gets himself in scoring position, trying to erase the run the Crabs put on the board last inning.
All right, so back to the top of the order. Here's Regala. He is 2 for 4. So Crudo out at second. Kohlberg looks out there.
Crudo is
And
teasing.
deals. And he bunts it out in front of the plate. Throw to first is in time, and the sacrifice is successful.
Pretty good bunt, moves the runner over to third, but puts him in a 2-out situation, so you don't have a sack fly opportunity.
I have no idea why you
You're
would
trailing
sacrifice here.
by 3. It
I don't
just
think that
seems
makes
like
any
a
sense at
weird
all.
choice to me.
I agree.
I think you try to swing away at that point. The runner's in scoring position. Either way, you need a hit to bring him in.
Yeah, right.
You need a hit then, you need a hit now.
Now you just wasted an out, too.
It just seems like an odd choice.
I think it's a wasted out myself, but whatever. Next pitch is just called a ball, but it was right on the black outside. 1-0 to Sayer. Sayer is 0 for 2. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
90 miles an hour right down the middle.
So Crudo over at third with 2 outs. 1-1 to count to Sayer. That pitch misses high. Two-one. Right in there with a breaking pitch, right down the middle. Dead center. 2-2.
Sun is officially set.
Well, and the Clouds have taken over.
Yep. This feels more like Humboldt.
2-2 pitch. Swung on him, missed,
There we
got
go.
him. Inning over. No runs, a hit, no errors, a runner left at third. And at the end of 7.5, it's 8-5 Crabs. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM.
So remains 8-5.
We are back. Bobby Bangs still out on the mound for the Mudcats, with the Crabs leading 8-5 in the bottom of the 8th. Top of the order again for the Crabs, Pappas, Reed, and Sewell.
Been a hard-fought baseball game. Humboldt put
It's been a
1 up
good
in the
game.
first and 5 in the second. Solano plated 1 in the third. Got quiet there for a while, and the Crabs scored, and Solano scored, Crabs scored, and Solano scored, and it's 5-8.
It's been a good game. The Crabs' defense has been a little bit shaky, uncharacteristically so tonight. And there's a pitch high to Pappas.
Patrick says yeehaw Crabs on YouTube. That's correct.
The 1-0. In the air, foul territory, left side, and out to get it and making the catch is the third baseman, Aiden Hall. One away. Here's Reed.
Don't forget tomorrow's a day game. Game starts at 12:30. Gates open at 11:30.
1 for 2.
Third game of the series.
Are they calling Reed back?
And after the game,
Looks like they might be taking Bobby Bangs
Oh,
out.
they're going to take Bangs out now. No, that's it for Bangs. Got the first out in the 8th, and they're going to move on to a new pitcher now. So while we figure out who this is and while he takes his warm-ups, we'll go back to the studio and thank some more of our supporters. Sponsors.
Right.
Sponsors is the word I was looking for. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. The pitcher on the mound for the Mudcats is Forrest Chesson, right-handed pitcher. There's one out for the Crabs. Reed and Sewell and to bat, and Enyart if anybody gets on. 8 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors for the Crabs. 5 runs and 9 hits, 1 error for the Mudcats. These two teams will meet again tomorrow at 12:30. Should be a lovely day for baseball. Band will be here, and should be a full house. You're going to want to get here early.
A week from today, starting on Friday the 11th, West Coast Kings are in town for a 3-game stretch against the Crabs. Crabs on the road midweek, 8th, 9th, and 10th. They'll be at Medford.
So here's Reed. He has walked twice, singled, and struck out so far tonight.
Now batting for the Crabs, number 3, Timmy Reed.
Timmy Reed's had a pretty good game so far. I'd like to see him add to it here.
And the pitch from Chesson is in the air to center field, shallow, and that's going to drop. Base hit.
There it is.
They were playing him deep. Regala was playing him deep center field. He just hit it into shallow left center. Nobody there.
234 feet, 68 miles an hour off the bat. Just a slow lobber.
And so we'll see how long it takes him to take off for second.
Yeah.
Back next to the Crabs, number 11.
And here's Cameron Sewell. Sewell's 2 for 4.
Players get a travel per diem when they travel.
The broadcaster gets One does.
The broadcaster, Liam says.
Here's pitch.
You're a
Misses
volunteer,
outside,
Benjamin.
1-0.
Sorry. On YouTube, Jay wants to know if the players get a travel per diem, and Liam says yes, they do, and so does the broadcaster. And then Benjamin says one broadcaster does, which means Benjamin does not. So Liam will be sharing his French fries in Medford, it sounds like.
The 1-0. They always feed us in Medford either way.
That's good.
Misses inside 2-0. And they have great food at the Medford ballpark. And they'll bring us any, they get us whatever we want.
Very cool.
They're very kind hosts.
They feed us here. I got nachos
They
tonight.
do feed us here, yeah.
Yeah.
Cam, how about you miss some of this baseball?
2-0 the count. And that pitch rides high. 3-0 now to Sewell.
Cameron
Reed's
Sewell
still
could
same put over at first so far.
put this game away with a big hit right now. Yeah, Timmy Reed's still at first base. What's going on? There should be smoke over there.
Got a big lead as always. With 3-0 and now Chesson steps off. The 3-0. In the air to right field. Going back to the warning track is Torres, and he makes the catch. He just sort of golfed it out there.
Pretty loud contact, high baseball. Everybody wanted to see it clear the fence, but comes down well inside the outfield.
Reed holds it first. And with 2 outs, here's Enyart. He has walked 3 times and grounded out to first unassisted.
This would be a good time for Enyart to wake up. He's done okay, but he's cooled off a bit with the long ball. Started out red hot.
Reed goes. The pitch is high. The throw down the second's not in time.
You think it's just a question of him not getting the look he wants to steal the base before then, or are you waiting until there's 2 outs to steal?
You know, I don't really know why he was waiting on the
I feel like if you're gonna steal,
Reed's,
you should steal with 1 out.
Sewell's at bat.
Yeah, gives you that extra hitter to try to bring you around. There he is anyway.
Want to know the count to Enyart. Reed out at second.
Huge lead.
Here's the pitch. Oh, and he drops a breaking pitch in there just high. Great take by Enyart. That's a tough pitch to lay off.
It had a lot of drop on it, didn't it?
Looks like it's just being served up, too.
Yeah.
2-0. Popped in the air, right side. Torres coming in. He's under it, and he's got it for the 3rd out of the inning. For the Crabs, no runs, there was a hit, there were no errors, and 1 left, and at the end of 8, they lead at 8-5. Stay tuned. Last chance for the Mudcats coming up. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM.
As I mentioned, it's because
Welcome back. Top of the 9th inning. It'll be the heart of the order for the Mudcats. Hall, Garcia, and Mousehart, with the Crabs up 8-5. And Caden Kohlberg out for his second inning of work to close it out for the Crabs.
Stick that over there. I don't think I need that anymore. Sorry, thank you.
All right. So here's Hall. He is 3 for 4 tonight.
The top of the ninth inning, back into the Solano Mudcats, number 6, Aiden Hall.
Healdsburg beat the West Coast Kings 7-2. Medford is up on the Fresno A's 8-3, top of 8.
First pitch misses high. So Hall. The 1-0 is a strike at the knees, 1-1.
Crabs looking to move to 23-4 on the season.
1-1 the count. Grounded out to short. 1 away.
That was a bounder out to shortstop there, but not too much trouble for the Crabs defense, and 1 out. Big out.
Here's Garcia, 0 for 3 with a sacrifice fly.
Batting next to the Mudcats, number 5, Max Garcia.
And the pitch misses low.
Crabs won 10-1 last night. This is a much closer baseball game. Solano has hung around.
The 1-0 is a strike at the knees, 1-1. The 1-1 is popped in the air, back of home plate, and Soros making a great catch right along the fence.
What a
A
catch.
diving catch at a ball that was moving all over the place up there. 2 away.
Had to find it in the middle of the night sky. That thing comes straight down on the
catch.
backstop. Literally vertical drop right next to the wall. Lays out,
Right
catches it in
up
front of the
against the wall.
fans.
Batting next, number 10,
2 outs.
Alex Monsard.
Last shot for Solano. Big grab by Soares.
So here's Mousehart. He's 2 for 4.
Crabs fans want it.
And he takes a pitch high and outside. The 1-0 is in the dirt. Oh yeah, that was a strike according to the TrackMan, right on the corner, on the inside corner. 1-1.
I think they called it 2-0.
2-0. Well, 2-0 is grounded on the right side. Over to get it
Should do it.
is Hirschkorn. A throw to first ends the game. For the Crabs in victory, 8 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors. The Mudcats 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. The Crabs go to, what is it?
23-4.
23-4. And they win the first 2 games of this 3-game series. Well, a great ball game tonight, Aaron. A lot of fun, a lot of action, just like yesterday. And so it's been a good series even. And a competitive game tonight compared to last night as well.
2 good offensive performances from these Humboldt Crabs. The pitching last night did a really good job, and tonight it was just good enough to get the job done. Crabs moving to 23-4 with a chance to sweep this series tomorrow. Don't miss it, fans. Midday baseball. Don't want to
That's right.
stay home with the chances running out here at the Arcata Ballpark, 12:30.
All right, it'll be me and Liam tomorrow. Till then, thanks for listening. This is Benjamin Schaefer along with Aaron Donaldson. Thanks a lot. Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM.
Go Crabs, go.